nakahain po ng prosecution ay 27 witnesses po. Hindi pa po kasama doon yung mga reserved witnesses po nila. At katulad po si Ms. Sailin Del Campo, hindi po kasama siya sa nakalista sa pre-trial order. At saka sa pre-trial brief nila, she was qualified as a reserved witness. Kaya binigyan po sila ng 5 days to disclose. Kaya po, isa po yun sa mga karagdagang witness sila dun sa 27. So as of now, kung kasasama yung reserve witness na isang po yun, that's 28 witnesses, ang hiningi po nila ay 31 days para po mapresenta yung 27 or 28 witnesses po yun. So baka may madagdag pa po, depende po sa House Prosecution Panel, prerogative po nila yun. Today, August 4, 2026, the Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian opened the session at exactly 10 a.m. with 20 senators present, constituting a quorum for the 12th day of the impeachment trial. The presiding officer opened the session on a lighter note by congratulating the win of Alex Ayala in the DC Open. The presiding officer then confirmed receipt of the House Prosecution Panel's motion for judicial notice yesterday, August 3, 2026. The presiding officer ordered the Respondents' Counsel to either deliver an oral opposition or comment or submit a written one by tomorrow. The presiding officer also issued a subpoena ad testificandum to the next witness, Sailin Del Campo. The subpoena for Ms. Marivic Pareja was held in abeyance. The presiding officer also granted the request of the House Prosecution Panel for a conference before the Clerk of Court for transfer of markings on August 5, 2026 at 4 p.m. The Respondents' Counsel objected to the marking of the portion of Mr. Las Cañas' affidavit as testified to by NBI Director Attorney Melvin Matibag. The presiding officer held that such a scheduled marking or transfer of marking is without prejudice to the resolution of the said objection by the respondent. The House Prosecution Panel manifested that they will file compliances for the disclosure of witnesses by tomorrow after the conclusion of the testimony of Mr. Wamil. The Counsel for House Prosecution Panel, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, conducted the continuation of the direct examination of former State Auditor of the Commission on Audit, Intelligence and Confidential Funds Audit Officer ICFAO, Roderick C. Wamil. Before proceeding to the continuation of direct examination, Attorney Kapunan proposed a brief recess to allow the opening or opposing parties to compare the other half of the 845 documents not stipulated on, constituting of acknowledgement receipts for the periods December 21 to 31, 2022. The presiding officer denied the same for being unnecessary already since Respondents' Counsel did not want to stipulate on them since yesterday. Cross-examination was conducted by Respondents' Counsel Attorney Michael Poa. Afterwards, redirect examination and recross-examination were conducted by the same counsels. Due to lack of material time, the presiding officer suspended the start of the clarificatory questions and interjections of senator judges for tomorrow. Following rulings by the presiding officer Escudero on various evidentiary motions and objections by both parties, the trial was adjourned. Pursuant to the rules of procedure on impeachment trials, the impeachment court will resume session on Wednesday, August 5, 2026 at 10 a.m. The agenda is a continuation of the presentation of the House Prosecution Panel's case-in-chief for Article 1 for the continuation of the questioning of the witness Roderick Wamil of the Commission on Audit by the Senator Judges and the oral arguments or the resolution of the House Prosecution's Panel's motion for judicial notice. Any questions? Po. Mas marami pong ite-testify based sa purpose po no, na nakalagay sa pre-trial order at pre-trial brief ng prosecution. Mas marami pong ite-testify to ito pong si Mr. Wamil kumpara po kay Ms. Sailin Del Campo because the documents that Ms. Del Campo will testify on mas kaunti po at certification halos po yung kanyang mga i-authenticate na mga dokumento.
So possible one day lang yung kanyang pag-testify?
Possible po.
But tomorrow, yung muna clarificatory question ng mga
Senator judges po, yes po. At saka po yung maaaring magkaroon po ng oral comment or objection po doon sa motion na inihain ng House Prosecution Panel yung ating Respondents Council kasi meron po silang motion for judicial notice nung mga nangyaring proceedings po with the Quadcom sa House of Representatives, pati po yung mga TSNs. So pinapa-judicial notice po nila yon. Kaya bibigyan po yung kabilang panig ng pagkakataon na makapag-komento o makapag-object bukas. Kung hindi po written ang matatanggap, then it will be an oral objection and argumentation.
Attorney, kanina po bago mag-start, nag-ask ng recess si Attorney Kapunan para sa stipulation of evidence po ulit. Parang pangalawang beses na po ito. May ruling, pwede po bang mag-ruling dito yung impeachment court para, kasi po hindi pumapayag yung defense para mas mapabilis po?
Ang ruling po kasi kahapon, doon sa 845 na mga documents daw, hindi po nag-agree to stipulate yung Respondents Council. Kanina, tinry ulit na ipa-stipulate yon ng Council for the Prosecutor si Attorney Lorna Kapunan para hindi na nila i-authenticate yung mga acknowledgement receipts na yon nung 845 documents covering December 21 to December 31, 2022. However, since the presiding officer noted the disagreement of the Respondents Council to stipulate on those documents, baliwala na rin na yung recess na hinihingi ni Attorney Lorna Kapunan kasi kahit na ipakita yung mga dokumento na yon, hindi naman magsistipulate din yung Respondents Council.
So ibig sabihin, Attorney, walang power yung impeachment court to ask the defense na pumayag sila sa gusto ng prosecution?
Wala po. Kasi proposal for stipulation po lagi yun, no? So it's either the party presenting ang magpo-propose or the court will ask the parties on the proposal na mag-agree na lang kayo dito, and then kapag hindi mag-agree, then wala pong mangyayari. Inuatoy po na nakabawas ng oras. Ang stipulations po of facts, lagi pong pambawas sa oras ng korte to undergo the rigorous procedure of identifying and authenticating documents. So bawat dokumento po kasi bago maging ebidensya siya, kailangan siyang i-identify ng witness at i-authenticate po na ito yung naririnig nyo kanina, original ba, photocopy, yun yung naririnig nyo, na dapat ito ay authentic, na certified true copy ba siya o original. At only after dun pa lamang po pwedeng ipa-offer into evidence yung isang dokumento. So ang nakikita po natin is yung rigorous process na para po makomply yung dalawang kailangan po yun under the rules of court. So kapag nagkaroon ng stipulation, katulad dun sa other documents na around 3,000 documents daw, nabawasan po yung oras ng mga question and answer ng House Prosecution Panel para isa-isahin yung mga dokumento na yun. So malaking bawas po, in other words.
Attorney, last na sa akin, yung 3,000 documents po ng PROSEC ngayon, yan na po ba yung kabuuan ng sa confidential funds?
Hindi pa po.
Ngayon lang po
yan po yung mga dokumento na alam ko po meron pa po silang mga document na naka-reserve. Pero yung mga 3,000 documents po, karamihan po dyan, katulad ng sinabi ni Council for Prosecutors Attorney Lorna Kapunan, ito po yung mga naka-attach po doon sa mga submissions ng Office of the President, Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education when they complied with the audit ng COA. So kasama kaya pinapag-uusapan natin yung acknowledgement receipts kasi nga isa yun sa mga documentary evidence para makakonduct yung COA ng kanilang audit.
Thank you, Attorney.
Hindi pa po, bukas pa po i-identify. Ang naka-identify lang po sa atin kung hindi po tayo matapos bukas or kung maghahol na po yung oras kay Miss Silene Del Campo, siya po yung sa Lunes na i-schedule po at pagkatapos po si Miss Marivic Pareha po i-represent po siya sa Tuesday. However, katulad ng sinabi po ni Presiding Officer, depende po yan doon sa ruling niya, doon sa motion ng House Prosecution Panel na to take judicial notice. Kasi ang itetestify po ni Ms. Marivic Pareha ng House of Representatives ay yung mga transcript of stenographic notes ng record ng mga nangyaring proceedings sa House of Representatives. So kapag nag-rule po na mag-judicial notice na po yung ating korte doon, then wala na pong kailangan na patunayan doon sa mga TSNs na po yun. Hindi na po kinakailangan umupo yung susunod na testigo na si Ms. Marivic Pareha. Kaya subject po yung kanyang issuance ng subpoena kung i-grant po yun. Pag hindi po i-grant, then papatawag po siya to identify, authenticate the transcript of stenographic notes of the proceedings in the House of Representatives.
Attorney, base doon sa tinatakbo ng trial dito sa Article 1, anong projection niya? Matatapos ngayong month of August yung trial sa Article 1 or more than 1 month sa tinatawag?
Ang nakahain po ng prosecution ay 27 witnesses po. Hindi pa po kasama doon yung mga reserved witnesses po nila. At katulad po si Ms. Silene Del Campo, hindi po kasama siya sa nakalista sa pre-trial order. At saka sa pre-trial brief nila, she was qualified as a reserved witness. Kaya binigyan po sila ng 5 days to disclose. Kaya po, isa po yun sa mga karagdagang witness sila dun sa 27. So as of now, kung kasasama yung reserve witness na isang po yun, that's 28 witnesses, ang hiningi po nila ay 31 days para po mapresenta yung 27 or 28 witnesses po yun. So baka may madagdag pa po, depende po sa House Prosecution Panel, prerogative po nila yun.
And then kailan, sir, yung transfer ng party?
Tomorrow po yung transfer of markings para po dun sa mga dokumento na in-identify po ni ni NBI Director Attorney Melvin Matibag. Kasama po dun yung inobjekan kanina ng Respondents Council na si Attorney Sison dun sa affidavit po ni Mr. Las Cañas. While the affidavit is pre-marked already po during the pre-trial stage, may mga portion po kasi doon pinabasa at pinasubmark po ang House Prosecution Panel. So yung mga submarkings po yun, ita-transfer po yung marking doon sa original na dokumento. So sinasabi po ng Respondents Council naman na hindi dapat magkaroon ng submarking na yon. Kasi nga nag-object at nag-rule na doon yung presiding officer regarding na hindi pwedeng basahin yung parte na yun or portion na yun ni NBI Director Matibag last week. So, kaya subject din po, without prejudice, yung transfer of marking na nakaschedule tomorrow ng 4 p.m. doon sa possible na patatanggal ulit ng impeachment court if ever yung mga marking na yon kung mag-decide po ang impeachment court through the presiding officer na hindi po dapat ginawa yung pagmamark na yon.
Kailan yung decision tomorrow?
Sa baka Lunes po. Opo.
Pero hindi po siya part ng ipa-process sa marking tomorrow.
Party po. Kaya for sinabi kanina ni Presiding Officer, hayaan muna natin na mangyari yung transfer of marking at marking bukas at pagkatapos nun, without prejudice to the decision of the Presiding Officer on the objection of the Respondents' Council.
Because sa nangyari pre-trial, hindi kasama yung kay Las Cañas na
Nakamark po yung buong dokumento ng affidavit ni Mr. Las Cañas as an annex to another document. Pero yung submarking po yung tinutukoy na lalagyan ng marking at saka ita-transfer po yung marking.
yun ang ino-oppose ng defense panel.
Correct po. Kasi po sinasabi nila na nag-object po sila dyan at nag-decide si presiding officer na wag nang basahin yun, wag nang ituloy. So dapat yung mga previous markings din, kasi nung una pinayagan po, di ba? Pagkatapos nag-retain po ng marking doon, pag after that po, nag-object ulit sila sa nung pinapabasa ulit, hindi na po pinayagan ni presiding officer na basahin yung part na yon ng affidavit ni Mr. Las Cañas. So ang sinasabi ng Respondents Council, since hindi ka na pumayag dun sa afterwards, dapat yung mga previous hindi rin dapat pinayagan at dapat walang marking din yon. Yun yung contention po nila kanina.
Nawala pang decision.
Nawala pa po. Kasi the presiding officer has to review the transcript of stenographic notes kung ano po yung nangyari talaga nung time na yun.
Attorney, manghihingi lang po sana kaming update sa BIR and AMLAC records kung may naibaba na po ba sa both parties.
Wala pa po. We expect yung access to both parties para makita na po nila yung full disclosed documents na yon after po ng compliance sa August 13 nung mga bangko na BDO at Security Bank para makumpleto yung mga dokumento na yon. And also, the presiding officer will issue a written order on the in-camera inspection of the AMLC reports and documents that were subpoenaed.
Pero tapos na po yung in-camera.
Tapos na po yung camera. Mag-i-issue na lang po ng by next week po rin siguro, by Monday. So medyo marami-raming i-resolve si presiding officer by next week.
So tama, attorney, isa lang yung reserve witness ng prosecution dito sa Article 1, si Shailene Delfano.
Hindi po natin alam. Kasi po, general reservation po yun eh. So pwede pa rin pong meron silang mga other witnesses po.
Pero 5 days notice.
Yes, kapag hindi po named yung witness, 5 days notice at least. Kapag named po yung witness, 3 days notice para ipaalam lang sa korte na sila na yung susunod na iuupo at para makapag-prepare po yung kabilang panig.
Attorney, sorry, may limit ba yung parehong side ng defense at prosecution sa kanilang surprise witness?
Wala po. Walang nakalagay sa pre-trial order. Lagi po natin babalikan yung pre-trial order kasi yun po yung parang Biblia sa isang korte. So kung ano po yung napagkasunduan doon at na-issue na order, yun po. Ang nakalagay lamang po tungkol sa mga witnesses on both parties, they have a general reservation of these witnesses. As to how many of them, hindi po natin alam kung ilan po.
Thank you, Attorney.
Attorney, kung ano lang yung mas mababanggit niyo without prejudice lang sa proceedings, ang pinagbabasehan po kasi ni Auditor Wamil is yung joint circular nung 2015, pero may pinasok ang defense na circular din ng 1992. So pagdating po ba sa ganyan, okay po ba? O yung sinabi ni Attorney Kapunan, ilabas yung original na document?
Yung tama naman po no na may ganung objection, tama rin po na may ganung strategy rin po yung defense as a litigator and lawyer myself, ganun po talaga ginagawa ng bawat parties. So they did their job, both of them did their job properly. And it's up to the it's up to the senator judge to appreciate that document. Kasi it's katulad ng sinabi ko po kanina, bago maging ebidensya ang isang dokumento, kailangan dadaan po yan sa 4 na stages. 1 is yung identification, pangalawa, authentication, and then pangatlo, marking na nagawa na during the pre-trial, at pang-4 po yung offer. So hanggat hindi po ino-offer yung dokumento na yon, hindi po makakapag-decide yung presiding officer at yung mga senator judges on the admissibility of those documents. At yung mga dokumento lamang na magiging admissible after the resolution by the presiding officer, ang pwedeng i-take into account ng ating mga senator judges when they decide on the final vote of guilty or not guilty. Yun lamang yung mga pagbabasehan nila. So kapag ginawang admissible po yun, ibig sabihin, it will be taken out of the consideration by the senator judges. So they have the chance to object to it at the time that the Respondents' Council offers that document after they present their case in chief.
Nangyayari po yun sa case po ng PROSEC after ng lahat ng articles? Yung
Tama po. After yung lahat po ng articles ng presentation ng mga testimonial witnesses, magfa-file po ang prosecution panel ng kanilang formal offer of evidence. So, Tapos bibigyan naman po ng oras yung Respondents Council na magkomento o mag-object dun sa bawat dokumento na nakalagay doon sa formal offer of evidence. Ngayon naman po, pag natapos na po yun, magprepresenta naman po ang Respondents Council ng kanilang kaso, yung mga testimonial evidence po nila, yung mga witnesses nila, iprepresenta nila, may mga dokumento rin pong identify o authenticate, at pag natapos po yung buong presentation nila, magfa-file din po ng formal offer of evidence yung Respondents Council at mag-o-object at magkokomento rin naman po yung House Prosecution Panel dun sa mga dokumento na i-offer. At magde-decide po ang presiding officer din po in both cases kung ano yung mga dokumento na i-admit or hindi i-admit as an evidence. Yun po yung mga technicalities sa procedure. So yun pa po yung mga pagdadaanan natin in the coming days and months. Opo. Okay po? Wala na pong tanong. Thank you.